And the other thing, guys, Malawians, you're used to handouts. The way the world has changed, the way we have advanced in technology, guys, handouts are not working. You just need to get bundle and get on the internet and find that job, find that scholarship, find that fellowship, find that grant, and go where it is. Don't just wait, like, if it's meant to be, it'll be. I know some are privileged that they get everything on a silver platter, but some of us, if we don't hustle, we don't get it. So we shouldn't be like them because they get things on the silver platter and they encourage you, oh, if it's meant to be, it'll be, don't worry. It's not yet your time. You are the definition of your time. If you're just staying, nothing will come to you. You need to go get it because it's just there waiting for you to grab it. Don't just sit and wait for opportunities. Go for them because you get what you want. Now I'm feeling like a hero. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's segment, I would like to put in some reasons why I think there are very few Malawians abroad. And also just a reminder, if you haven't watched my previous video where I leave some links on how you can study abroad, please check it out. It's very, very important. And if you checked it out but it's not for you, please kindly share it to somebody. It might be useful. So guys, I did a lot of thinking. I'm here trying to find direct scholarship. Some might not be direct, it requires you to work on it, but still I'm trying to find the easy way to go through it so that I can post them in my next video. Right now I've got some few links, but I'm still analyzing them, like the requirements and everything else. So guys, I know there are people from Malawi outside Malawi. And before I get deep into today's focus, I would like to say this. I'm not trying to promote brain drainage, but depending on the state of our nation and depending on the available resources our nation has, I find it very important, in my opinion, that it is better to go study abroad. So here are some of the reasons, guys, why I think we should be given this chance to study abroad, or if the opportunity is there for us to go study abroad, we should take it. One, when I was doing my BS, the first semester, my friends and some of the classmates were withdrawn, and they have this rude way of withdrawing somebody by commenting like, your word has been proven untrainable. Just for 13 weeks. So most of the people, when they're withdrawn from the university, people think that they were involved in some bad behaviors or they weren't working hard enough or anything like that. But guys, let me tell you, the passing rate was 45%, and they might give you 44, 43, 42, 41. If you get below 45%, you'll be withdrawn from your status. And the fact that I went there to major something else, what I measured and what I learned in my first 3 semesters, especially physics, chemistry, and calculus, I have never used them ever since I finished those courses for 3 semesters. So I find it so very hard, like, why our education system focuses on these theories so much so that one is withdrawn from the studies based that is untrainable. I don't see the relationship, guys. These courses are very hard for a person who is not open to them, and the way the classes were being organized and the way the lectures were being structured, it was so much pressure and so much in this, because different programs were meeting in a whole whereby all of them were running, and the courses were being taught by more than 3 lectures, and each lecture had their own way of lecturing, and it made some people to be withdrawn from the studies. Good thing they got the greener pasture, but then it's a bad thing when one person goes into depression because the person has been withdrawn from the studies. It doesn't mean that you're dumb or whatsoever, but our education system has more focus on the things that are very irrelevant. So, as I said, I'm not trying to promote brain drainage, but I find it that it's of great value if you study abroad. So let me tell you my life here. School here is super flexible. Social life is super flexible. Everything is super flexible. If you haven't sit for an exam and you did not like the school, you can go and request for re-exam. And the grade that you retake the exam does not appear. But back home, if you retake an exam, it's going to appear that you retake exam. Actually, it has no much value because they go like the supplementary exam, and even if you get 100 for a supplementary exam, your score will be the passing rate of the school. A lot of us Malawians who are abroad or who have the opportunities, I'm just speaking this for myself, I'm not so sure. Some of us get things on the silver platter, and some of us, we need to hustle, we need to grind. We need to grind to make it work. If we don't grind, nothing will come our way. And these people who have these opportunities, who have these connections, when they get the projects to do something, or when they have the links to go somewhere else to study or to travel or do anything else, so they do not actually want to help their friends when they get there. I mean, it's easy for me to find the link for the scholarship of this program, or to ask the responsible personnel of this program to give me a link for this scholarship and send it to somebody else. And it's very hard for somebody else who has never been in this program to say it, or who have never been in this university to just type it. They won't find it. They'll be searching things in the long places. And because some of us are abroad, it's easy for us to do these things. And when we are here, we meet different people, we know different universities, we meet different professors, very influential people in the academics. So much so that when you're so very good, or when you're open enough, they give you their emails that you can contact me if you want to study in Japan. You can contact me if you want to study in China, Malaysia, Singapore, UK, America. You can come to University of Steering. I can arrange. Just make sure that your GPA should be above 3.5. And you have this mentality that, okay, I want to go study somewhere else. I just have to make sure that my GPA is above 3.5. And as I put it, if you did not do better in an exam, you can take that exam 5 times in order to get that score you want. Like, atu. So, guys, the first reason why I think that there are very few Malawians abroad is ego, which comes in stingy, which comes in attention, which comes in wanting to be respected, wanting to be recognized. You go abroad, you're in a university, or you're working, and there's an opening that they need foreigners to fill that post, and you know that somebody back home can use that opportunity, but you decide like, I share this one, they come here, maybe they're better than me, we are going to have this kind of competition. I don't want competition, and I want when I'm done, when I go back home, I should still shine because I will look like a flag carrier. What's important of being a flag carrier when you don't have a legacy to leave for that flag? Some of them want attention, and the reason why in my first video, you can go check it out, I'll leave the link in the description box, I say that it's really important to address PTSD. PTSD is not just when a person has been exposed to traumatic or has been a victim of traumatic events. Prolonged depressions due to any sorts of upbringing or obstacles faced in this way of living can lead one to have PTSD. So for instance, I won't be mentioning names, but I know like recently there was a video circulating from my previous university whereby a lecturer walked into in a classroom and he started shouting because they were misled by the timetable, and the other one was just quiet. Oh, I'm going out stuff. And this lecturer also did something when I was still in the university, whereby that time we had a lot of cases actually observed. So each and every student had to produce an ID card before entering the gate. And when you're going out, it wasn't much when you're going out, but when you're entering the campus, you had to produce your ID card. All cars coming in, they have to produce their ID card that they're either staff or whatsoever business they have to do on campus. So the guards were just performing their duties. I mean, guards switch shifts, they have different shifts, and you didn't know everybody else. So this guard was performing his duty, and the lecturer with his vehicle, he had to horn. He didn't actually expect, I don't know if they were not communicated that this is a new system of dealing with the cases that have been coming. I'm not so sure. So this one, he was so angry that he left his car at the entrance because the guard did not want to open, and he started shouting, and he went to class, and it was just chaos. Why would somebody park in front whereby nobody can come in and go out? Anyway, that's the reason why I would like to address PTSD, because a lot of people have PTSD but they don't know it. And talking of also my background, there are lecturers and there are professors, there are doctors who have links that can help their students to travel and study abroad, but they don't want to share it. First, they say, ladies, we have greater opportunities, we can convince them, we are so powerful, we can seduce them in order to get those kind of things. But guys, let me tell you this. If you're ready and you're sleeping around with professors, doctors, or lecturers, this is what happens. Those people will never uplift you because they just see you as a soul. Even if they have projects, even if they have links, they want to elevate you because they still want you to be coming to them, begging them. They still want that attention from you, because the moment they elevate you, they feel like that they won't be recognized. They won't be getting some from you. And if you're a male student, they don't like you, they won't give you access to any information available. I remember I was being linked by a friend to attend a seminar at some place, the University of Stirling. It was called Bats Beyond Borders. It was to do with biodiversity conservation, sort of the environment. And these people sent out the links to universities so that students, only students, should attend the seminar. And when these people got this link, they did not share it to the students. Instead, they showed up, and people were like, no, this was made for students. We wonder why you decided to come. Maybe they think that we are going to receive money, and why should I give somebody money? You know, those kind of mentalities, guys, it's not worth it. They're giving these opportunities to students so that they have more knowledge and new concepts in life on how to approach or to tackle some life issues, but you find out that they're taking over. You're not going to gain or lose anything if you share, if you give out to some people, because that's a legacy you're going to leave when you pass on. You know how fast the dead are forgotten? When you die, but when you leave a legacy, people remember you for that legacy. And majority of these rectors and professors, they go like, we don't want competition. We just give you a bit of knowledge. For the rest of the knowledge, you're going to figure it by yourself, because if projects come, if any donation comes in this department or in this sector, we don't want to share it to many people. But if you're a few, that means everybody will go with a big bag. So we don't want competition. That's why we cannot give you links for you to go abroad and study. But you are the first people to complain that the government is not performing. I mean, guys, you teach somebody, you do not want to retire because you feel like that is your place to live or to stay. You feel like it's your birthright to have that position until now you have taught a lot of students. You have transferred the very same insecurities you had when growing up, and you are impacting them on them in a negative way, as if these students were there when you were growing up. All the struggles you went through, it was because of the people who gave birth to you, your parents. But they tried as much as possible to give you life, to give you food, even if it was once a week or once a day. Even if they sent you to go to fields, even if you are going to school without shoes, with no proper clothes, but they still managed to give you what they think they had for you. But then you won't you go like, oh, these kids, they want to get things on a silver platter. No, things don't come on a silver platter. You're going to get it in the hard way too. We won't be able to do this for you. So sad as a nation. And now the students you taught, since you're still in those positions, they are here and you want them to give you the promotion you want, or to raise you the salary, or whatsoever to elevate you. But because the mentality you gave your students was that nothing comes on the silver platter. When you're in some positions, you just do you, because when you start doing people, you lose your powers, you lose your respect, you won't be recognized, you'll be loose. So you need to be powerful in order to roll. So they're doing that to you, and now you're worrying, we don't like this government, we don't like this. These traits, these characteristics, these attitudes are the ones that are being passed on from generation to generation, telling people that if I learn the hard way, you won't get it in there. Either way, you also have to go through the hard way, which is very bad thing as a country. People like, hey, there's an opening at my place where I'm working, but you need to give me 20K, 50K, or 100K in order for me to get you to that position. And you find out the other person is saying as, hey, this friend of mine told me this and that. That person is not your friend. Your friend will not try to extract, to exploit your resources, your few resources you're having, in order for them to give you something. Reach out and give out, because it's a good thing. And the goal is to eradicate poverty. If we do not eradicate poverty, then we'll forever cry out for help and no help will come, because we haven't done anything. Communication is very powerful. Even if you travel, you go abroad, you meet people of your skin color, of your hair texture, and you know that these people are from Africa. or these people are from America. Language would define new people. If there are a lot of certain group of people with a similar language, they'll vibe, and you cannot stop them. Why? You did not share the link to other people to come so that you can communicate. Communication is powerful. Not everybody over each and every, not everyone of us would like to speak English all the time. No, I'd like to vibe in my vernacular, in my mother language, and it feels so good when we use these vocabularies in my mother language. I go like, yes, I'm feeling it. But English is not my thing. I need like to talk something in my vernacular, but no one will understand it. Then why should I talk it? I won't feel it. I just go like, oh guys, I miss home. So guys, let's promote one another. Let's share. And hey guys, if it's a master program or a bachelor's program you're doing at home, if you're not smart enough, you're not going to finish it in the intended period. Like bachelor's program are meant to be finished for 4 years, master's 2 years. But then go to our universities. If you're not performing very well, you might take 8 years to finish a bachelor's degree and 20 years to finish a master's degree. Guys, please, for what? It's not worth it. Guys, and when you're traveling, you're going abroad, don't have these expectations about the place. Don't be delusional. Just go with the vibe. Just go with the flow. It's very important.